It's your guy, Derek 420 Colorado, coming at you live and direct from the Dream Farm Studios. We are back here at the Dream Farm. We're in the Dream Farm Studios. We're doing all kinds of stuff, cool stuff today, folks. We are going to be, as most of you probably already saw, the Ultra Beast is live at dreambeans.net. Go ahead and grab your packs of Ultra Beast. Right now, they are live. Live and direct coming at you, the Ultra Beast. The Ultra Beast. It's a banger, guys. I'll talk a little bit about it here in just a second. We're going to do some Plant of the Week stuff, Member of the Week stuff. We're going to be talking a little bit about deficiencies, but more importantly, we're going to be talking about harvesting. We are going to be reiterating the different parameters and different ways, and the ways to actually tell if a plant is at peak maturity. I can let y'all know, it's not just based on trichome color. Not just tricolor. Not just tricolor, not just tricolor. I have been getting inundated with folks that are saying, hey, is this ready? My trichs are amber. Or, hey, how long do I have for this? The trichomes are mostly milky and some are amber. Okay? I got to thinking about this. I was like, why? I know I've said this before, but it really reminded me that I think that was probably, I was going over harvesting stuff earlier in the Dream Beans journey, and just maybe some of y'all haven't seen my Harvesting Talk About It Tuesday yet, and how to properly assess your plant's maturity and get it to harvest at the correct time. So we're going to be talking about that. Again, as most of you have already seen and already found out, Ultra Beast, which is a diamond milk crossed with Stank Fist and the Grapefruit Gas Bomb. It is fire. It's huge. It's gigantic. Ultra Beast. Dreambeans.net. It's live right now. I went ahead and snuck that one in early on you folks because I last time, for some reason, whenever I was in Steamboat, it was weird. It didn't do my automatic schedule of the thing, and so now I was trying to redo it, and it worked this time, so hopefully, moving forward, it won't be an early one. So, let's tell you what. Let's go over the Members of the Week and Plants of the Week stuff. What do y'all think about that? Let's see. Is anybody not commented yet? You know, it's can y'all do some? There we go. Okay, perfect. Because I can never find out if the comments are actually working until somebody actually comments. Yeah, the new beanies. Did y'all not see my post? Hello, the new beanies are live right now on the site. You can go grab them for $20. They're super comfortable, folks. They are ultra so soft. They're very warm. Okay, this is high quality beanie wear action. Okay, so they're live on the site right now. You can go grab yours for $20. We actually got a pretty good deal on them, so $20 for a beanie that's this comfortable is a dang good deal. And we've got them in-house, we have them in stock, and we will be able to ship them out as soon as you order them. Versus before, where we had to go through a third-party provider and all that kind of stuff. So, let's get some Plant of the Week, Member of the Week stuff done real quick before I give my obligatory 420 dab. We've got Albert Butler coming in clutch. Albert Butler, you, sir, had Plant of the Week this week. Don Felisberto. He actually has a couple of different products, and I was talking to him a little bit about it. Don Felisberto, Member of the Week, because he has a product that's super... Hey, quit eating that. He's got a product that's super awesome. It's a seed grabber. They're perfect. It's real cool. And I had never seen one of those, so I ordered a few of those for Marvelous Mother-in-Law and Vanna Wife, who do all the seed order packaging, and I'm sure it's probably a pain in the butt to grab those single individual seeds. Do I have a... Aha! One of those stupid little plastic tag things. So, Don Felisberto, Member of the Week. Milton Errett. He made a concerted and fantastic effort to make something that was cool. He took a picture, and he put all of his Milwaukee's Best beer stuff around it. Why? I don't know. Maybe he loves Milwaukee's Best and a bass that was in there, but I thought that was cool because he went above and beyond. Milton Errett. And then Travis Baker. My, oh my, Travis Baker, Plant of the Week. And I couldn't remember if I had already given him Plant of the Week last week, But you know what? That thing is so nice. I'm going to give it to him twice if I haven't already. That damn plant is maybe one of the prettiest autos I've ever seen in my life. Ever seen taking a picture. The picture composition was amazing. The lighting was great. And the strain, the bud was just, golly, the bulbous calyx formation on that thing and the virtual lack of trimming that has to be done, that was a winner. DB Slushy. We're going to be working those again, guys. We're going to bring you all the DB Slushy F5s moving forward. Going to stabilize it a little bit more to get that pheno that he has. That's the one that I really want to come out and just be, you know, the stability factor. So, let's go ahead and get this dabber ready. Let's get this dabber hot. Let's get your joints loaded. Get your joints rolled, your bongs loaded, and let's smoke a lot of pot. And of course, I did it too quick because we still got about a minute to go. So, what's up, everybody? Jim Kirk, what's happening? Melissa, R.I. or Ruben, I think. Ruben, what's up? Brian Kelly Brooks, Blake Trainer, what's happening? All my peoples, there we go. We're live for 420. Let's get your dabbers ready. Let's get your dabbers hot. Let's load up all those bongs and smoke a lot of pot. Woohoo! Oh, shit. We gotta fight that foo. We gotta fight that foo. Those good dang juicy drips, the grape distillate that's in there, kind of caught me by surprise. Oh shit. Okay, my puppy is looking at me super weird. He's like, Daddy, what are you doing, Daddy? Oh. Okay, let's kind of let that one subside. 100 viewers, woohoo! We love it when that happens. Okay. What's up, Sarah? What's up, Bill? Joe, what's happening? Oh, yeah, I'm not going to do another one. I just did it. I just did one. I did that one for you, Joe. Joe Baynock, we got you, buddy. Big Bob Adams, what's happening? Gary Kennedy, Sandra Foster, Seth Beckwith, what's happening, folks? It's like it feels like it's been forever since I've been here in the Dream Farm Studios room. And actually doing a Talk About It Tuesday. I don't know why. Let's see. What the hell? So last week, I guess I did the Talk About It Tuesday from Steamboat. I guess that's why, because it's been 2 weeks. Oh, yeah, Bob, you got it. Yeah. Stephen, Dave, Bob, Donnie, Zone, Heather, what's up? Okay. For those that are just joining us, Ultra Beast, Ultra Beast is live right now on dreambeans.net. Don't forget to use the code HOLIDAY, all caps, no spaces, HOLIDAY at checkout for your 25% discount. And every order is going to get entered into the Dreamy Days of Christmas drawing for today and for the grand prize drawing on Christmas Day. So all orders will get entries into the drawing, and I have a feeling today's going to be a pretty big one. This Ultra Beast, folks, let me stop a little bit. Let me talk a little bit about the Ultra Beast, okay? By far, the most complex terpene profile of anything I've ever probably been around. There's a couple that really kind of stand out, but they were way back in the day. This thing, I almost came real close to naming it Gobstopper. Okay, I think that was the one. That was, you could lick it, or was it? Where you would lick it, and it would be a different flavor every time you tasted it. Okay, it's insane. You could smell it like one way this way and be like, oh man, that's a rotten fruit funk. Ooh yeah, heck yeah. And then as you're blowing that one, you're like, wait, on the back end of that, man, that's flowers. And then it just is like overall kind of settles in to a nuttiness. It's weird. It's crazy. very complex. These folks here, this strain here is what the folks on the Chopped and all those cooking shows, you know how they try to get real elevated with I can get with the notes of fruffiness and the swooshes. Yeah, well, I kind of felt that way when going through and trying to describe the terpene profile on this one. It just hits you in so many different ways, and I was ready to really get this one out there on the first round. These are F2s. I was really ready to get this one out there on the first round, but I wanted to get some more size to it. And so then I used a really big grapefruit gas bomb this time. We had for the grapefruit gas bomb that was used on this one, it was, I think I may even still have a damn pheno of it hanging up there. I don't think I do. It was very large. It was extremely large. Y'all saw, for those that didn't see it, I made a post. It's got a picture. It's a terrible picture, so I didn't put it on the site. It's because I'm terrible, guys, gals, ladies and gents, folks of all ages. As long as you're 21, I promise, you are hearing it here first, I am going to be more dedicated in the year of our Lord, 2024, to take better pictures and do a better job of documentation, because for those that know me well or have been following along, y'all know I got ADD bad. I got ADHD so bad it's crippling sometimes. And so the way my brain works is I go full throttle and full tilt boogie on something, and sometimes it's hard for me to multitask. Other times it's super easy. But when it comes to things like that, like the consistent documentation and taking quality pictures, it's hard for me to do. And I'm going to make it, if I can't get to a point where I'm able to do it, consistently, and make sure that we have every strain drop, we also have good pictures included, I'm going to hire somebody to do it. Because that is, I know for a fact, one of the things that y'all love the most about shopping for cannabis seeds and shopping for genetics is being able to see those beautiful pictures. Okay, and so I want to, and I'm constantly relying on you folks out there. If you see a strain on my site that you have great pictures of, send them to me. I want them. I absolutely need them. I have to have them. I will definitely give you guys free beans for great pictures. Okay. Yeah, absolutely, Chris. You always do a great job of taking those pictures, man. And so, and also anytime that I'm looking for testers, that it's not just about how well you can grow, it's also about how well you can take pictures. So they'll let me get all that, we'll get back to, I don't even remember what the hell I was talking about. But I will do a better job of taking pictures, but for the ones that did see the picture, it's just real blurry. But y'all, I'm telling you, the cola on that thing was this big, and the apical meristem, the main cola, was probably the full-on size of, it was 3.5 inches in diameter and probably 12 inches in circumference. It was huge. It was a big giant thing, and it was grown in a 2-gallon pot. That's ultimately what made me name this strain Ultra Beast, because it's a goddamn beast, okay? It's a beast. I am really looking forward to all my folks out there in the DWC world. Looking out for you, Brian Croson. Looking out for you, Rick DeValley. All the folks out there, Michael Weilschultz in your Autopots with the Cocoa, and George Fromgen. All you folks, I'm looking at y'all for this one, okay? Because it has the Diamond Milk lineage in there, all right? So it was already a big beast. But when we coupled it with it's got that. So what ends up happening is a lot of times when you get these big, larger strains, what you'll gain in the largeness of it is a more spaced out internodal structure, which leads to a less dense nug, okay? And so what I have been specifically trying to do with this Diamond Milk especially, and I was throwing the Stank Milk cross in there, or the Stank Fist cross in there, is really what gives it the tight internodal structure, but we didn't have to suffer on the height and the largeness of it, okay? So you're going to have a very large plant. You're going to have a real large one, and it's going to have those tight, gnarled, super, super dense nugs that just look so beautiful. And it's, I can't wait to start seeing pictures from you folks, of these, because again, y'all do a better job. Let's see, what the heck are we gonna do here? We're gonna talk about some deficiencies, okay? Deficiencies and when to harvest. All right, we'll get into both of those topics, all right? So, deficiencies. Generally speaking, that when you're feeding your auto-flowering or day-neutral cannabis, that less is going to be more in almost all cases, okay? Now, when is less not enough? When you start to experience deficiencies. This is ultimately what I went to school for, and this is what my entire background is being able to plant pathology, identifying deficiencies and hindrances in the maximum genetic potential of these plants, okay? And that could be anything from pest infestation to bacterias. It could be all kinds of crazy stuff, okay? But deficiencies are one of those things that you need to be able to read the plant. You've probably heard lots of folks say that. Read the plant, read the plant. And I'm sure everyone, I've got something stuck in my dang beard. I'm sure everybody has heard or seen the chart out there that has the different varying degrees and levels of faded leaf and necrosis. Necrosis just means dead. Dead leaf tissue, brown, spotting. I'm sure everybody has seen that. If you haven't, reach out to me. I'll shoot it to you. That is basically the absolute bottom of, that's the like last thing you kind of want to use. Just because these are living things, okay? That your plant may look like a rust-colored spot may not be the same as a brown-colored spot, okay? So, when you're trying to identify deficiencies, one of the best things that I can tell everybody without going into a 6-hour-long scientific, discussion is read and do a little bit of research. I may even write up an article about mobile and immobile nutrients. Okay, what does that mean, Derek? What the hell are you talking about, man? Okay, mobile elements are elements that move throughout the plant. Immobile elements are the ones that stay put, okay? And so when you're trying to define and trying to figure out your, if you're having an issue or deficiency, okay, whether it is starting at the top of the plant or at the bottom of the plant, okay, that's going to tell you a whole lot, all right? And again, I just was terribly unprepared, and just because I don't have anything growing, that's probably, usually I always can have an example of something that I'm talking about, but at the current moment, I don't. We've been extremely busy. And I know I told y'all I was starting my dang, start another round in here, and I haven't done it, and I'm probably not going to be able to do it until the second half of January. We're just so booked here at the Dream Farm. We've got all kinds of stuff going on. But those updates will be coming. So mobile and immobile nutrients. Okay, that's going to tell you a lot on how to determine what necrosis is. Also being able to tell leaf fade from a green to a yellow. It'll go from green to yellow to brown to dead. Being able to do it. Y'all will hear me say this a lot. Okay, the only way to learn how to grow cannabis is to grow cannabis. And to fail at growing cannabis, okay? I cannot begin to tell you folks how many times I fail and how I constantly run into issues, and I constantly have things that are, that present themselves, and you have to overcome and adapt, okay? Deficiencies are one of the things that that most people freak out about, if you will, okay? And while, again, the leaves are always a good indicator, they're a great indicator of the plant health and what's going on inside those plant tissues and inside the leaves and stems and stalks of this plant, it is not the end-all, be-all, okay? Especially if you get later in flower. As you continue to grow this plant, you'll notice that deficiencies in the way that this plant is so amazing in how it's actually structured and the way that it grows, okay? That it's protecting the cola. It's protecting the bud. Those are its reproductive parts. And just like you and I, we probably protect those at all costs. That plant does too. Okay, so when these deficiencies are happening, you see the ends of your leaf, you see a brown spot on it. Okay, yes, that's going to let you know you need to tackle probably a calcium deficiency. Okay, or a magnesium deficiency. If it's a brown colored spot and you're getting multiples of them. All right, and then ultimately, what people don't understand is once a leaf does something other than be bright green, it's probably never going to go back to being bright green. There are some instances where I've seen yellowing go back to a green, but if it turns brown, if it dies, it's not going to go back to green. And so what I see people do a lot of times is they'll see, let's say, for example, one of the most common problems is a calcium or magnesium deficiency that's exacerbated by a calcium deficiency. So if you see the spots, and then you add your CalMag, and then you go, oh crap, Well, those spots are still there, and you add more. Oh no, the spots are still there, then you add some more. Okay, the spots are never going to go away. If you've got a deficiency and if you've got something going on with your plant, the way that you know that you fixed it is if it stops spreading, if it stops getting worse, okay? That's going to be your indicator in telling you that you've done it correctly. That whatever you saw as being the deficiency, be it nitrogen, be it phosphorus, be it potassium, be it a micronutrient, whatever it is, whatever you've identified, and then you stop and you notice the problem has stopped getting worse, okay? Again, it's never going to go back. It's not going to regenerate those cells. Again, these are very short life cycle plants, and they're not going to do that. They use their energy in other places, okay? So having deficiencies it's something we all deal with, and that's another reason why BioFlower for Bio365 is so good, is because they've done a really good job of being able to deliver a truly living soil out of the bag that gives the plants what it needs, when it needs it, in the amounts that it needs it. And so dealing with these deficiencies and dealing with these problems a lot of times are solved by using the correct stuff and getting it. But of course, we're not all perfect, and these are living plants, and they don't always like to do what we'd like to tell them. And so if you've got a plant that's got a deficiency and you identify it and then you address it with a solution, and the problem doesn't get worse, then you fixed it. Okay, is the best thing that I can tell. Deficiencies. Yeah, I got kind of high on that one. Deficiencies. Of course, and I didn't do any kind of preparation, which that's the way we roll around here most times. So deficiencies, yeah, they suck. They're not the end all be all, and identifying them and getting some familiarity with immobile and mobile nutrients is going to be your best friend. If you have any questions about deficiencies, you can always reach out to me via direct messenger on Facebook. For everybody, 131 viewers, woohoo! For everybody that's just joining us, Ultra Beast is live right now at dreambeans.net. Don't forget to use your code HOLIDAY at checkout for a 25% discount. And it's super fire, super awesome. I kind of went over it a little bit at the beginning of the video. And now we're going to talk about my favorite topic, harvesting. Because it is probably the number one question that I get asked on a consistent basis. Derek, is my plant ready? My trichomes are cloudy with a hint of amber. I've got amber. I've got clear. Okay. So, for all the 130 folks that are here watching, you need to take an entire assessment of the plant and how it's actually looking from the totality, from a macro perspective. Think about it like this. Determining this entire plant's peak maturity and perfect ripeness, okay? By getting something and going like this, it doesn't really make a lot of sense, okay? It's an entire plant, and you need to take all of the factors that are going on with this plant to be able to determine its ripeness and maturity. Trichomes do have a very, very, very important role in all this. But it's not the color like you folks all think. That we've been getting more and more science and more education coming out about our plant that we love and that we know so well, and we continue to learn and continue to evolve. And one of the things that we have determined is that trichome cessation, capulated stalk cessation. Okay, what does that mean? Those are a bunch of big words. Capulated stalk. That's just a trichome. It means it's got a stalk and a head on it. All right, stalk and a head. Boom. All right, capulated stalk. Secession, what does that mean? It means it's pulling away from, it's dying, it's receding. Receding, okay? So, if you've got the stalk, if you're looking at that trichome up in your scope and you've got a stalk, okay? And you've got the trichome head on that stalk. When you look at it and it looks like a mushroom, when that head has started to pull away from that stalk, and it's at the furthest point that it can be, that is your peak maturity. We can take a look at things in other parts of nature. Fruit, for example. These are all things that we can see. This recession and receding away from the stalk is what is an indicator in a lot of different other realms. And so we've actually now applied that to cannabis. Okay, that's going to be the main thing. Look at those trichome heads and see if they have pulled away from the stalk, and they look like mushrooms. Okay. Then the next thing is going to be The bulbous calyx formation is what I always look for, okay? How dense is that nug? How faded are the leaves, okay? Does it feel like a nug that you've smoked 10 billion times out of a bag? When you pick up a bag, you know what the density is supposed to feel like. Feels like a nug, okay? That's gonna be another high up there on the protocol list. Another thing that I don't think I've necessarily covered before is probably one of the biggest indicators for me in when I actually choose, and the defining thing to make me choose to harvest when growing for flower was when they stopped drinking. Okay, and it is most drastically and radically noticeable in deep water culture setups that I used to run. These babies would go from drinking 10 gallons a day in my 6 site setup, my 40-gallon system. They'd go through 10 gallons of water a day, 10 gallons of water a day. And then one day, I would go to fill them up with the 10 gallons, and sure enough, I would only have to put in 2 or maybe 1. And I'm like, well, what the hell? When they stop drinking, you can say that's a great indicator, and you can take a look at all of the other factors again. Is the capulated stalk receded from the head receded from the trichome stalk? The leaf fade, okay? Does it look like it's going on its way out, okay? That the look, the feel, and the overall condition of the plant and its ability to uptake water is much more accurate in determining whether your plant is continuing to grow or starting to die. So you want to hit that apex. You want to harvest your plant right there at that apex, right there at that union, at that junction of when it's still growing and then it's starting to die. We all have that point. And so you being able to identify that is going to be easiest done when you take all of the plant into account, including, again, its ability to uptake water. Because that's life. Water is life. And so it's a pretty good indicator. I don't know this, I don't want to get too morbid or anything like that, but anybody who's been around, whenever folks stop eating and stop drinking and stuff, boy, it's never a good sign, okay? And so that just is an indicator that, hey, man, this thing is ready. It's ready to go. It's ready to move on to its next phase of combustion. So, yeah, we're definitely, we're here. We're live. We're direct. We're talking about harvesting. Let's see what we got in here. Because, hey, Sean Lavertu, strain TMFF is too much fucking funk. Too Much Fucking Funk is a phenotype that came out of the Too Much Fucking Grape line. That is a grape slurry from Rock Bud and a double grape from Mephisto. The double grape was... hey, James Sprague, next time you're going to the naughty step if you're late. I'm just kidding, folks. Shout out to Autoflower Network. It's been a while since I shouted those folks out. Shout out to Mossy and Dan Jimmy, and also known as Full Duplex, and Son of Hobbs, my boy Jordan Harker. It is, if y'all don't know about the Autoflower Network, go check it out. It is the living history of the day-neutral autoflowering cannabis plant as we know it. I've got a bunch of entries in there, like 14,000 pieces of stuff in there, from pictures and blog entries and all that kind of stuff. So go check it out. Tim Jarvis, stop being late, y'all. Good grief. Hey, Lucky Ross. I found out something funny about you today that I didn't know. You're a guy. I have gone this entire time thinking Lucky Ross was a female person, and I don't know why. Just in my brain, I've never looked. I've never even said it's because I've only seen it right here. But I found out today that you are, in fact, not a lady. Shout out to Lucky Ross. Oh, let's see here. That is true. Better late than never. That's a fact. Let's do another dab. How about that? I'm going to do a sip of a do. Sip of a do. Oh, yeah, who was it? Somebody reached out to me today. I think next week we're going to do a deep water culture hydroponics. Talk about it Tuesday. If anybody wants me to do a talk about it Tuesday on deep water culture or hydroponics, hit that little, hit one of them little buttons in the thing. Oh, I guess nobody wants me to talk about it. That's cool. That's cool. I've been seeing, oh, golly, guys. I have been seeing some absolutely killer and amazing plants coming out of the Dream Bean Support Center here recently. I mean, I think that we are really pushing the boundaries of what the perceptions around autos can be. I've been doing it for a long time, but I think realistically that I'm first, like, it's been a long journey, y'all, and I'm really starting to first, just right now, with what we're doing and what you folks are doing specifically, because, again, shout out to Autoflower Network. This is one of the things that I learned there that Mossy taught us. The grower always makes the breeder. Y'all make me look good, okay? Y'all all do a fantastic job, and those pictures that you put out and these amazing plants that you're growing are, we're putting it out there. I went and Googled, I just Googled Dream Beans, and there is so much stuff out there that I didn't even know about, because y'all know I just pretty much stay here. But there's so much stuff, and we're actually getting out there, we're making an impact in the industry, and it would not be able to be done without each and every one of y'all, okay? Because y'all make me look good, and y'all are the people that I consistently rely on for anybody that's thinking about Dream Beans. I say go to the support center and check out all of the thousands of grows that are done by real people that are actually growing my gear that I talk to every single day. So, I'm afraid to pH my bucket between 5.5 and 6.5 seems too low. Nope, it's not too low. 5.8 or so for deep water culture. That's where you need to be, about one full scale point below where you are with soil. And the way that works, and the reason that it is the osmotic pressure. The way that the ions actually get forced into the root is different in water than it is in soil. And so that's why your pH has to be a little bit lower in water. Yes, I know. There's actually, I've been seeing that too. There's a couple of folks out there. I said I was going to do a dab. I lied. There's a few folks out there that are just now, and just as I had planned, and just as I had hoped and wished and dreamed and could never have asked for more, is people starting to use the regs that I sent out, that my very first drop. That's why I did it. It was great. It was awesome. I put out regular autoflowers at the beginning because I wanted to, and I'm dedicated to establishing and furthering the autoflower sector of our industry. Okay? The more people that are out there growing fire genetics and breeding them and getting them to people, the more and more of a foothold we're going to gain each and every day, to where folks understand that true. Damn it. There we go. I just really don't understand why people say, oh, it's for the control. I want to be able to control it. Well, if you know what you're doing, you can control it if you want to, but again, being able to control it at the sacrifice of having to wait twice as long, I'm out. And I think a lot of folks are getting onto that. And now that the quality has come through dedicated folks like myself and a handful of other breeders out there really wanting to push the boundaries on the quality end of autoflowers. And here we are, folks. Here we are. These genetics are getting out there in the world. If I have anything to do with it, they're going to get out there. And so we are going to erase the hate. We're going to stop these hate crimes that folks every day, folks, when I'm not in here with y'all, I'm out there on the interwebs fighting the foo. I'm fighting the good fight. I have been for over a decade. And the consistent hate that autoflowers receive still to this day. My inbox on my Dream Beans ads are consistently filled with at least 15% of folks that find it necessary to message me off of my ad and say, your shit sucks, when they've never even grown one. So we're out here fighting the foo. We're fighting the good fight every day, and letting these folks know that autoflowers are coming, and there's not really a damn thing that anybody can do about it. Okay? That they are genetically superior. I stand on what I said. As the kids say, I stand on business. I learned that this past week, and now I feel cool saying it. I'm standing on that hill. I'll die on that hill. That autoflowers and day-neutral cannabis are genetically superior to photoperiod, and I said what I said. Okay? Get at me in the DMs if you don't think so. That I have come up with a real good deal here, and I really enjoy every person that's in here. The 126 folks that are watching. These Talk About It Tuesdays are really gaining some traction, and we're really getting, they're out there on YouTube now, thanks to William Ashbury. Shout out to him. He gets all these downloaded and put on YouTube for me. Shout out to all the moderators and admins. How about that? Roxanne and my guy, Bob Adams, that's the dude. He's the man. He's the myth. He's the legend. Mikey Dubs. and all the admins that help us out here in the Dream Bean Support Center. We love y'all, man. And we just really are looking forward to rounding out 2023 and absolutely kicking the door in to 2024. Okay, we're ready to rock and roll, bringing y'all more new strains, more live educational content like this. Again, I lied again. Let me stop. This is how bad my ADD is, folks. I've said it twice now. I said I'm going to do a dab. And y'all see it hasn't happened. It's because my brain be broke sometimes, y'all. But let's do a dab here, and then I'll get to continuing to ramble on in a high manner and high fashion. Edward Olazewski, what's up, buddy? I haven't seen you in a while. What's happening? Edward O, my guy. He's been around since the beginning. Hell yeah, ready, Freddy. Okay, let's get your dabbers ready. Let's get your dabbers hot. Let's roll up all those joints and smoke a lot of pot. Woohoo! Party time! Excellent! Party time! Excellent! My head got hot. I'm like Pedro from Napoleon Dynamite. I had to go home. I had to shave my hair. My hair got hot. Or whatever it was he said. Oh, yeah, that made my head ring. Wow, okay. I can't see. I can't remember what the heck I was talking about. Shoot. Chris got it. Chris got the reference. Party time. Excellent. Wayne's World. Shout out to all the 90s kids. Shout out to all the 80s kids like me who grew up in the 90s. Get the do. Bean Hunters on it. Bean Hunters on it. Oh, hey, folks. I'm glad there's still 122 of y'all sticking around. We have a Chamula Skunk update. We have a Chamula Skunk update from Mexico. From the hills of Mexico, literally 2 minutes before this video. I got word from... I almost wrote it down. I got word from Farm Manager River, down there in the deepest parts of Mexico. He's down there damn near in Guatemala, hiking through the hills, searching out for the true, real deal skunk. He found the man, again, and he's got another new crop of it. He said it's all coming together tomorrow. He didn't want to get too hyped about it, but tomorrow, he said, so, there's another one that I think I might get. And he said when he walked into his house, he said all of it smelled like limes. Not pine sol, not pine and lime. It was the old hazy, old school hazy terp profile. He's there right now as we speak. And so tomorrow he's supposed to get the, tomorrow he's supposed to hook up with the guy down there at the thing and do the deal and check it out and see what's... Good job. So I can absolutely 100% say that we will definitely be starting the real deal, tried and true skunk auto project. River is the man. He's down there. He's really doing it. He's really putting in work. And we knew that that's what it was going to take. You know, that was what it was going to take to really bring back the true, real deal, original skunk that smells like a skunk. There's a reason it's called that. And everybody, if you've ever had the pleasure of smelling it, you know it's good. Skunk milk. I'm in for some skunk milk, George. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. Did I even drink the dew, Steve? I don't think I did. Yeah, so we'll at least get that started. Now, for those that don't know, taking a photo to an auto takes a long time. It takes approximately 4 generations. There's a couple of things that I have been wanting to try out on the breeding side of things that I think will ultimately speed up the process, but I'm not sure. I've got some really, really, really cool stuff that I'm going to really try moving forward here with this photo to auto project. There's the traditional way that we know works. Okay, you take the photo to auto, then the first generation, you take the two fast flowering ones, you put those together. 25% of those offspring will be fully auto flowers. You take 2 of those. 50% of those will be fully auto flowering. You take 2 of those, and then the resulting F4 or F5 generation should be fully stabilized with the auto flowering trait. That's the traditional way. I'm going to do it that way. But there's also a way, but like I said, that can take 18 months. That can take 2 years. So, Jim, that's a good question. We're still working through candidates right now. Most likely at the current moment, it's going to be Too Much Fucking Funk, the TMFF freebies that are out right now. That's most likely going to be the one that can have a severe stinky pheno to it. So, but anyway, so that's the traditional way to take a photo to an auto and fully stabilize the auto trait. Well, I have a way that I have long thought is the way that Rockbud actually does his breeding, and I am going to try it out. It's just a theory. It's just a shot in the dark. He's never told me or anyone that I know of, but that dude can supposedly take a photo and make it into an auto in less than 9 months. He's been doing it for years. I know he can do it. I've seen him do it. I just didn't never know how. But after putting my old brain ticklers out there through it, I'm pretty sure I know how he does it, and hopefully it'll come out, and if not, I'm really going to be stumped. And I've been wanting to try it out for at least 5 or 6 years. So, hey, there's River. There's Farm Manager River. Yes, I'm Stupid High, Giggling High, and Chamula, Chiapas. He's down there. I'm telling you, y'all look it up on a map. I mean, this is not Mexico City. This ain't Cancun, folks. This ain't Cabo, okay? This is fucking Mexico. Like, down there. Way at the butt, like down here. He's hiking through the hills, backpacking to talk to small little Mexican men who've been growing it. He said that was the other part. Dude, 67, he's lived there for 49 years. He's the Chamula skunk man. Yeah. So, just as much legend and, craziness as surrounded the first skunk strains, we're doing our damnedest. Y'all are seeing it live. Y'all are here, and whenever here in a few years, when it's there and it's back, y'all are gonna say, we saw him. We saw that dude. He was commenting while he was down there. And then in 30 years, there'll be some convoluted story about how aliens came down and gave him the skunk seed. Yes. Hey, Steven, we all used to get a lot of smoke from Mexico. But the Chamula skunk, the skunky weed, man, the skunk, that real super ultra unique terpene profile is a South Mexican origination. That's where it came from. And so we're going back to the roots, and we're going to do it. We're doing it right, folks. Okay? And so, I don't know when it'll be, but we're definitely going to get it started. We're going to get it cranked out. And, man, I don't even want to... There may be some real cool stuff coming for the folks and the lovers of the skunk. Lovers of the skunk. Ooh, that could be a group. Boy, hey, somebody out here that's watching, y'all go start you a dang Facebook group called Lovers of the Skunk. Invite me to it. I'll join. Oh. Let's see here. Later, Mo. Holler at you. Oh, shout out to Mo Harrister. He's always doing good work on the mod admin team. I know there's a bunch of y'all I forgot. I got high. 133. I see it. I love it. It's good stuff. What the hell does that say? Grape skunk. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, we're going to have guys and gals, ladies and gents, folks of all ages, as long as you're 21. We're going to have the skunky, the year of the skunk. Boy, I tell you what, that would be universal signs shooting from the outer sphere telling me to do this. What's next year's Chinese year of the what? Boy, if it's year of the skunk, it's going down. It's going down. Yes, year of the skunk. I'm saying it right now. Lovers of the skunk. Somebody start a Facebook group. 2024. We're doing it. It's the years of the skunk. We're at least going to be putting a lot of work into it. I may dedicate an entire light-assisted greenhouse just to the skunk project. Because, guys, gals, ladies, and gents, I know what it means to bring it back. Okay? I know, truly. And I know what it means to have it in its real and its real true form and bring it to an auto. I'm very full-fledged and full aware of what it would mean for the Dream Beans brand, for what it would mean to me. And I'm here for it. I'm ready. I am about it. So we got a couple of minutes here before we're going to go ahead and sign off. But don't fret, folks. I know y'all are all worried. You get to see my homie Santa 420 Colorado here in a couple hours. He's going to be doing the Dreamy Days of Christmas drawing. And guys and gals, ladies and gents, I know y'all are excited about that. Would have the freaking the paper if I was a prepared type of fella. What the hell? But I'm not. Just so I could tease what the prize was for tonight, but I can't because I'm a terrible, terrible person. Skunk and Gas, absolutely, yes. Member of the Week and photos. I already did Member of the Week, River. I did them all, but we'll redo them just because you weren't here. Albert Butler, Plant of the Week. Don Felice Berto, Member of the Week for the seed grabbers that I've bought off his website. He's also got a germination thing, CanCon. Y'all go check that out. Somebody wants to check that thing out for me. I've been looking at it. It's pretty cool. Milton Milton Arrett, for his Milwaukee's Beast. That's what we always called it in high school. The Beast from the East. The Milwaukee's Best picture setup. Travis Baker with the prettiest autoflower I've ever seen wins Plant of the Week as well. So, thanks, Derek. Give him a holler. Yeah, hey, yeah, do me a favor, Corey. Reach out to him for me. Tell him he won if he isn't watching. There we go. There's 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. So that means it's time to do a dab. At least that's what it means here. So, we will go ahead and sign off, folks. We'll do this dab. We will catch you folks out there in the Dream Bean Support Center. If you ever have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to hit me up on the DM in Facebook. I am on Facebook 85 hours a week, folks. You're not bothering me ever. If you have a question about your grow, if you have a question about an order, I'm always here. Okay? So, let's go ahead and fire off and sign off with a good fat dab. We'll see you folks out there.